June 30, 1997. Hong Kong breathes hot and wet, and the neon on the street below sweats onto the pavement like it's alive. Upstairs, behind a door with no sign, men stand when you enter then look past you, like they're waiting for someone else. The clock is close to midnight. This is your life, level by level, inside a Triad empire. Act 1: The last toast before midnight. You inherit a kingdom that's already picking its next funeral. A private room above a seafood restaurant. Sticky lacquered table. Teacups that never empty. Nobody brings a phone to the table, not even the young guys with new suits and cheap watches. The kitchen TV murmurs about the ceremony while your room stays business only, like the broadcast is weather. They stand when you arrive. They call you the family name, not boss. You catch numbers sliding through speech 415, 426 like they're checking if you understand the language. You tell yourself you're just tired. You tell yourself the old man is only resting. You tell yourself the empty chair is temporary. A driver leans in, quiet as steam. Which route home? 3 options. Gloucester Road with cameras and traffic. The Cross Harbour Tunnel where you can't turn back. Or the back streets through Wan Chai where scooters can appear from nowhere. You pick one. Chopsticks pause. Eyes record. Your first order lands like a coin at the bottom of a well, small sound, endless depth. Act 2: The white paper fan's ledger. The money is cleaner than the loyalty. The Pak Tzz Sin sits beside you, not across. Close enough to correct you without raising his voice. His fingers are ink-stained, nails clipped short, like a clerk who never leaves his desk. He places a thin folder in front of you as if it's a menu. Inside, everything has a name that isn't a name. Payments routed through 2 trading companies in Shengwan. Protection collections broken into neat columns by street and shift. A cash count that ends in round numbers because someone already smoothed the rough edges for you. He speaks in codes, 415 handles it, and watches your face for the flinch. You tell yourself you can learn fast. You tell yourself signing is just ceremony. You tell yourself the real power is elsewhere. Then he slides 1 page forward. A discrepancy. Small, regular, confident. Who first? He asks, polite. Audit the outside casino partner in Macau, the one who sends envelopes on Tuesdays. Or audit your cousin's crew. The ledger doesn't threaten you. It simply waits, like paper that knows how to cut. Act 3: The Red Pole's demonstration. Protection is just violence with paperwork. The Hung Quan arrives with 2 men who don't speak. He keeps his hands visible on the table, palms down, like he's showing you he could do anything and doesn't need to. His suit fits better than yours. His smile is careful. A message comes in through your bodyguard's ear, whispered and then swallowed. A crew is being pressed at a mahjong parlor off Hennessy Road. A debt went bad. Rival faces showed up and didn't leave when they were told. The red pole lays out options like standard operating procedure. Warning: broken fingers, sent home alive. Beating hospital, weeks of fear. Disappearance quiet, permanent, no questions afterward. He doesn't call it brutality. He calls it discipline. You tell yourself you're choosing order. You tell yourself hesitation is weakness. You tell yourself this is how you keep people safe. Your guards watch your eyes, not his mouth. You give an answer. He nods once, like a stamp. Later, the crisis resolves too cleanly, too fast. And you realize the demonstration may have been staged because the first thing they needed wasn't your leadership. It was your permission. You've made choices with a full table watching your face. Next, the liaison offers 2 doors, one with smiling photos, one with no witnesses, and both led to the same question. Who wants you gone? Act 4: The Straw Sandals 2 Doors. Diplomacy is just violence that learned to smile. A call comes from a payphone that smells like disinfectant and cigarettes. The straw sandal talks fast, like the air itself charges interest. He meets you under the fluorescent hum of a footbridge in Causeway Bay, where faces blur in the flow and nobody remembers anything for long. He shows you 2 routes, not on paper, on the city. One door is bright. A charity banquet at the Excelsior, name cards, handshake photos, a respectable business association table. The other door is dim. A freight elevator behind a karaoke building in Mong Kok. No cameras, no staff, just a metal gate and the sound of mahjong tiles like teeth. You tell yourself both are necessary. You tell yourself the clean door buys time. You tell yourself the dirty door buys truth. He explains the burden like it's schedule management. Smooth the district council contact before midnight. Confirm the Macau partner won't freeze funds after July 1st. Quiet a rumor that the red pole is freelancing. Every promise you make becomes a corridor you have to keep patrolled. You step through one door first. In this city, choices aren't forks, they're funnels. Act 5, the Incense Master's Oath Room. Loyalty has a smell, and it clings to you. The air changes when the elevator opens. Old concrete, sandalwood, a hint of frying oil from a downstairs Dai Pai Dong trapped in the stairwell. The Incense Master waits behind a red altar cloth, sleeves rolled, hands steady, like a medic preparing instruments. The room is small and exact. Portrait of Guan Yu, 3 sticks of incense, a bowl of wine, a chicken, already quiet. A stack of red paper with names written in careful brushstrokes, dried black like old blood. Your shoes stick slightly to the tile where everyone before you has stood in the same square. You tell yourself it's tradition. You tell yourself it's theater. You tell yourself it's just a way to keep the crews aligned. He gives you procedures, not poetry. Who kneels in what order? Which blessings you repeat? Which numbers you never say out loud? The oath binds you to people you barely know, and it binds them to you in ways that don't show up in any ledger. After, the Incense Master collects the slips and locks them away, because a name is leverage. The smoke rises straight up, as if the room refuses to admit there's wind. Act 6, Mountain Master at 0-100. You don't inherit power. You inherit everyone's reasons to test it. Midnight arrives without fireworks in your room. Just a click of the wall clock, and the faint swell of the broadcast from a neighboring shop. Radio anthems, applause, a measured voice reading a promise. Outside, the street keeps selling noodles like nothing needs permission. Your phone doesn't stop. A sergeant you've paid for years wants to know what uniform he answers to tomorrow. The Macau junket liaison asks if Tuesday envelopes remain Tuesday. A foreman at the container yard says customs is suddenly interested in one specific crate. Manifest number handwritten on a greasy notepad. You tell yourself you're ready. You tell yourself you're only maintaining what already exists. You tell yourself nobody will dare move against you tonight. Now you speak like a mountain master, even if your throat tightens. You approve payments with timings before 2 o'clock, after dawn, never on the hour. You assign a lookout rotation. 3 men, 2 radios, 1 car that stays running. You order the straw sandal to deliver congratulations to rivals you don't trust, because politeness is reconnaissance. At 0-100, the city gets a new flag. You get a new target painted in invisible ink. By morning, the tea is cold and the incense is ash. The handover speeches fade, but the habits stay sharp. Coded numbers, quiet routes, names that can't be written down. You carry a city's appetite in your pocket and call it responsibility. Rank doesn't lift the weight, it only changes where it sits. In the end, the empire isn't a throne. It's a chair nobody wants empty.